how I felt in that. And my very first boyfriend, yeah, that he was a different race than I was, and back then my dad was prejudiced against that race, and so my dad had a learning curve because my mom says you keep it up and you're going to lose your daughter. So he eventually changed his tune. Um, so I talk a little bit about that and just really how that went, but that relationship didn't turn out. More the fact of there was a 13-year age difference in that relationship. He was 13 years older than I was. He lived in a different city. It was long distance, and he was Muslim. So the Muslim culture is not like the Canadian culture where I grew up in, where bow to the master. That's not who I am. And it would keep me late. He would keep me waiting for 4 hours at a time each time I went to go meet this guy. And so, very disrespectful things like that. And so I talk a little bit about that relationship in there too. And we were really good friends for a long time after that. Turns out if you're a friend of his, you're treated 10 times better than if you're a girlfriend. So, we've kept the friendship, but just knew that romantically that just was never going to work. And then I do talk about my abusive relationship, and just really sharing the Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hydes of everything in that relationship. I do talk a little bit about my uncle's suicide. I don't go into great detail with that. And of course, I changed everybody's name to protect the innocent, right? So, yeah. And then I do talk a little bit about meeting my husband and that courtship. It was weird. We met on I don't know if you have that over there, but we met on Zeus. It was a dating site. I had been on plenty of others, like Plenty of Fish, not Plenty of Fish, Christian Mingle, and other things. And I could not. All I found was scammers because they figured you were a Christian woman, so that you were stupid and gullible. So trying to scam you. And so I gave up on that whole thing. And then I was surfing Facebook one day, and I found this advertisement for Zeus. And it's a funny story. His profile came up, and I was like, I wasn't asking for much. You had to have a job. You had to have believed in like something like a higher power for sure. At least a spiritual relationship, if not, you didn't have to have religion, but just like a spiritual relationship. And definitely had to have been divorced. Had to be single. So there wasn't much, right? You had to have those criteria. So anyway, well, because I wasn't going to be anybody's sugar mama, because I already had one of those. No freaking way am I ever being a sugar mama to anybody else again. Unbeknownst to me, that's what I became. That's not how I originally started it out. But anyways, they tell you one thing and do another. That's all I'm saying. And so anyways, we get on this thing, and his profile comes up, and this was like a weird one, and it was, you had to unlock certain things, and I was just like, you know what, God, if I'm supposed to meet somebody on here, I give you 2 months. If not, I'm getting off here and I'm supposed to be single for the rest of my life. So Joe's profile pops up, and I'm like, I'm reading, well, good guy, but it was separated, didn't say divorce. So I swiped, and I thought I swiped off, and I actually swiped his profile open. Whoa. And he immediately messaged me, and I'm like, what am I to do with this? So I thought, if nothing else, I met a really good friend, right? Because I'm open for friendships too, like, because I like to meet people, right? So we ended up talking. he asked for my phone number instead of just texting on the site. And I'm like, oh, why not? So, because of all the scamming that had gone on before, and I don't trust people too easily back then, I I was asking him a whole bunch of different things and then stalking him on Facebook to see if what he said was actually true. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
anyways, so I share a little bit about that story in there. Long story short, we'll be married 4 years on the 26th of this month, and we've been together for 6.5. So it worked, right?
Awesome. Awesome.
So I do share our love story in there, and of course a little bit about our wedding. Um, the wedding was special to me because my dad was. I got engaged. We got engaged November of 2018. Yeah, 2018, and my dad was diagnosed with cancer of April of 2019.
Wow.
So we didn't know for sure if my dad was going to be here. And so he made it, he was able to walk me down the aisle, which was not a dry eye in the entire house because everybody knew what he was going through medically. Um, and so, yeah. So it was a great love story, great,
That's
great night. And so just basically those sharing that it keep putting one foot in front of the other. You're never alone in your circumstances, and just keep on rolling on because that's basically the only thing you can do.
right.
Yeah,
That's awesome. It's a beautiful story.
it is. So I want to say one thing, and then I want you to tell us about your playbook. So when you were talking about trauma, and so one of the things that I keep hearing, not just on this show, but lately, and then I even did a speech last weekend, and or 2 weeks ago, not knowing that it was going to be, I was going to be hearing that before that at an event I went to and at a workshop I went to after that. But it was about trauma. And so trauma never ends. You know, things are constantly happening, you know, events are constantly happening in life. And so it never ends. And so we are to constantly address those triggers when they come to so that we can deal with the trauma. Because when we don't deal with the trauma, it constantly reoccurs. Um,
Yeah.
so that we can deal with it. So, with that being said, anybody want to add to that?
I just want to say that if you don't heal from your own trauma, you're going to carry it on and give somebody else that trauma.
Bleed onto other people.
Right. Yes. So do yourself a favor and get healed from your trauma.
Yes.
It's okay not to be okay, but it's
Yes.
also okay to get the help that you need.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What were you gonna say, Gene?
No, I was actually going to say, and I think that plays into the Overcomer playbook, correct?
Yes, yes, yes. The playbook itself is 7 steps I used to for my healing journey. And if we don't heal, and that's what I do, I take you through 7 steps to start your healing journey. So, and people, you really got to dig deep, right? You got to be true to yourself, number one, like, and answer the questions honestly, but do the work.
Yes.
So it's basically like a workbook of just you know different things where I asked you to do read it, and then I asked you to actually dig into what those traumas were or those occurrences were, and
Right.
just really write it all down and journal it out because journaling is healing and therapeutic.
Yes.
And in since losing my dad, you know, back here in Canada, we were given a at the cancer clinic, we were given a social worker if we wanted it. And so I was the only one that took them up on that. And the first question she asked of me is, "What is your self care like?" I'm like, I laughed at her on the phone, and she goes, "Well, what are you talking?" She goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm getting married. I have a very high stress job in a high stress industry. My dad just got diagnosed with cancer. My mother is not dealing with this well. Um, I have no self care.
Right.
And I have a stepson." I'm like, there is no self care. And she goes, "Well, if you don't, it's going to kill you." And so that's one of the steps in this book is finding some kind of self-care regimen that you like. And I know a lot of women like go taking a bath, and I'm not one of those women. I would rather go on a nature hike than take a bath. Love my showers, but whatever works for you, and you got to find out what works for you, not what works for your best friend or your husband, but what works best for you.
Yes.
um and of course, having fun. Life can be stressful. Being an adult sucks sometimes, and we forget how to have fun.
Yeah.
And if I'm 47 years old and if I can't have fun, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And so, in here I list different ideas you can use for self-care. Like, is if
Good.
nobody has any idea what that even meant, I give you some ideas that you can at least try. And I really encourage people to try and try something you've never done before, and just do it. If you don't like it, you never have to go back to it, but just really just really try something new and just go after it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it is the 7 steps I used to go from being stuck to unstoppable, and all that I do, and overcoming everything that I've overcome in my life.
Love it. And make sure that everyone who's watching, look at the information scrolling. This is information to our book here. So make sure you get a copy. Also want to make sure that before we go, we discuss your 2 podcasts,
Yes.
Unstoppable Overcomer and the Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owners. Did I say
You
it right?
got it right. You got it right this time. Yes.
Let me
So
ask you a question real quick before you answer that. Is that
sure.
playbook a companion workbook to your book?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, like you could read the story, and then this is like I believe I even talk about the first book in here a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
At the beginning, anyways. I know for
Okay.
sure at the beginning. So yeah, it
Okay.
was, and it is actually dedicated to my dad.
Okay.
Because you'll notice football. Football has been a theme in my life since we were little, and then of course I married a sports nut. There's nothing else on our TVs but sports, and so my dad's favorite team was Pittsburgh Steelers, so the colors are Pittsburgh's colors. So yeah,
Good. Okay. Now about your podcast. I didn't want to interrupt, but I did want to know, are
yes.
we to purchase those together?
Oh, as to no, they're separate. Sorry, they
Okay.
are separate. But I thought you meant sorry, I thought you meant something different. They are separate. So one is the one, and then it is 2 separate books.
So what I meant by companion is is it like chapter by chapter in your playbook? Is it like chapter by chapter? So you read this chapter, so work on this chapter
No,
kind of thing.
no,
Okay, so
they're separate.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Thank you.
Thanks though for asking that, because I
Oh,
never
you're
even
welcome.
thought of that. I didn't think of doing it that way. I don't know why, but
I
I
didn't
didn't
do
think of doing
mine
it.
like that either. So about the podcast before we
Yes.
run out of time.
Yes. So Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Unstoppable Overcomers, which can be watched on my LinkedIn, my Facebook, or my YouTube channel. And that is featuring people who have overcome great odds but have gone on to help other people. So we have so many amazing, incredible stories on there of people overcoming and being able to take the next step in life. And then Wednesdays at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, we on the same channels, we have the Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owners. So for those business owners from around the world, I literally have had, I can say around the world, I've had Ireland and Scotland on the show. So we're
Wow.
truly international,
Nice.
and Canada and the United States. So, and
Nice.
Australian. Yes, Australia too.
It'll do it.
So any business owner that is out there, that wants to be on the show, just connect with me. But yeah, it's just amazing business owners that have, that they too are unstoppable and all they do, and we want to feature them and honor them.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. I got one more thing for you. So aside from all the amazing things that you've done and the platforms that you've created for other people, you are also a veteran ally. Please speak to that.
Yes. I love my veterans. I love my veterans. So on July 31st of 2022, we had Greg Bicknell on our show, who is a 28-year Air Force veteran. Greg came on my show and talked to me about veteran suicide. There were at that time 22 veterans a day dying by suicide.
Wow.
And he shared his journey of he had attempted suicide, I think, at least twice. And before he decided to reach out for help. And when he reached out for help, he was told to make an appointment. So, you've given up 28 years of your life. You attempted suicide, had a gun to your head, decided not to pull the trigger. Here you are, though, asking for help, and you're told to make an appointment. So he didn't like that, obviously. And he decided that he was going to use that for good, though. And he started his own veteran charity, which was at that time Camaraderie Rescue Mission. So with that, Greg opened me up to the veteran community. And so I, since then, the suicide rate has doubled. The divorce rates among our first responders and veterans is at 80%. And I am on a mission to help these men and women to stay in their marriage and to get them all the help that they need in transition, because there's not a whole lot of you get a 2-week course after giving up your life. You get 2 weeks, and then you transition into civilian world, and you're supposed to be able to transition like that. That's not how it happens.
Right.
You see things, especially if you've been in combat, and so it is my life's mission to help these men and women. And then as I'm doing all this, I'm like, well, wait a minute. You grew up in the Canadian Legion. Since I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was at the Legion with my grandfather every Friday night or every Saturday, and I had an uncle that served. And then I found out my great grandfather served in the Navy. My uncle served in the armed forces. I have a nephew currently serving right now. And I'm just like, man, no wonder why I can't get away from these guys. And it's just like, I can relate to them so bad. I swear in my former life, I must have been a warrior. I had to have been. Because I just, yes, right. I just connect with them because their word is their bond, and not too many people go by that anymore. Right. And I don't know. I can relate to them. And not only that, I'm a mental health advocate. So they two go together for me.
Yes.
And if I can save a life, then I will. And I give them a platform to be able to share their stories as well. And rumor has it, I don't have any details, but rumor has it that there will be a third podcast coming out for veterans on my channels.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations.
Thanks. More to come on that. And I am also on the board of directors for Heroes, Badges, and Warriors. I am the chair. So I do put my money where my mouth is. I not only help them any way that I can, but I am on the board trying to make a difference.
That is beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
Well, you have a lot.
Absolutely need that. Like a lot of the homeless people that we see in where we live are veterans who were discarded or even have mental health issues that are out on the street here in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. So it's a blessing that you take it as part of your mission to help support and find tools to help people who have served in the military.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you, Dorothy, for all you do and for all you've done to help people overcome and to help people desire to make a better life for themselves and leave the past behind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have reached the end of our show. Dorothy, we ask you to stay until, after the outro. We have an outro, a video that Gene and his band has made to help get him through some rough bullying times, and to change the trajectory of his life and to change his way of thinking about things that he experienced. So we ask you to stay, and we've said thank you to Dorothy. We appreciate you. And now we say goodbye. We send you peace. We send you love. And we say, take care. We send you joy. See you next Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, wherever you're watching us from.
Had become a common thing, but I have the faith to move a mountain. As you'll see, won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Dark clouds, catastrophes and self-doubts, but I kept my head when I couldn't see how. My strength of will make me proud. Everything falls into place. Gotta take the risk, can't play it safe. Gotta have the faith to move a mountain. Then you'll be free. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Cause to be the boss no more. So now just clear sky. Decided to take control of my life. Now I'm not afraid to reach for those heights. Ain't no glass ceilings inside. Take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. No, 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 no. Won't let you take it from me. 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 Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it. Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take, won't let you take it from me. Won't let you take.